I may have to make a retraction here. I don't know what I said, but if I said that the rabbi from the, I think, Tree of Life synagogue where the shooting occurred said that Trump wasn't welcome, then I was wrong. In fact, what I was, I know I saw more videos than this, but this video says that some Jewish group says Trump is not welcome in Pittsburgh, is what it says down here. I don't know if I can get down. There you go. So if I said that the rabbi from the Tree of Life synagogue said that, then I was wrong, and I apologize. I mean, I'm a journalist. I can be wrong from time to time, right? So I definitely was wrong if I said that. Now this is some Jewish group, and she's got 2 people, and I'm not real quite sure. I think this is the guy who's American majority. What I don't get is, and I've been following this all my life, and I've known a lot of Jews. Okay, I lived in New York City, and when I was there for a year and a half, I got to know, important Jews. I mean, that's who lives in New York City, and I got along with them really well. In fact, one of them, David Lieberman, I was sitting with my best friend at the time, right up to this incident. He was my best friend. Used to spend the night at his house. We used to go out and carouse and stuff. His name was Assad, and his father was the Syrian ambassador to the UN, who I also knew well, and his wife was is a Palestinian, and she did me a lot of favors for me, helping me track down old friends in Lebanon and stuff. But Assad was pretty cool. I mean, I never saw him be overtly why isn't there a word for religious? There's racist, but why? Oh, anti-Semitic. And that's not a good name, because Semites are mainly Saudi Arabians. They're the main Semites, right? It refers to an ancient language which is still used today. So they're religious. They hate people of a certain religion. So one day I'm sitting there with Assad in the basement of actually in the pub, which is in the basement of Hunter College, City College in New York, CUNY, whatever you want to call it. Although there were several CUNYs, but this was a city college in New York. A lot of people know about it. Henry Kissinger used to teach there. I'd go sit in on a few of his lectures until I realized he really wasn't all that interesting. So I'm sitting there across from David Lieberman, actually. I was sitting with him eating lunch or something, or just sitting there talking. And Assad comes in, which I think I knew Assad was going to be there, and he comes over and stands behind David Letterman and starts pointing with both fingers at his head, going, "He's a Jew, he's a Jew," like he expected me to just get up and run away. Now, I mean, this was a perfect opportunity for a Syrian and a Jew to, maybe. I mean, they were both really nice guys up till this point. A good opportunity for them to get to know each other, But I'll tell you, man, there's just too much baggage. And by the way, both of these guys are about 20, 21, 22. So that may give you an idea, and it's 1981, 82, right in there. And I just ditched Assad. I mean, I couldn't tolerate that. I just couldn't. I mean, it was so rude and so obnoxious, and it showed a side of him that I didn't want anything. You know, I had moved to Beirut. I lived in Beirut. To New York. To get away from all that, you know, what I experienced in Lebanon. I mean, the horror that comes about by the hatred. And it's why you have to have different countries for different groups. Because if they get near each other, they just start killing each other and stuff. So, okay, so I've made that point. The other point that I wanted to make is that these Christians, all of them, no matter how friendly they are with Jews, like my dad, great friends with a whole lot of Jews. And my dad's a little different, but he's an he was an evangelical Christian too. And 90% of the motivation for him to become friends with Jews is the Bible, you know. So he believed in the same kind of crap. You know, once the temple's rebuilt, then you get Jesus' second coming and all. You know, I mean, stuff is powerful stuff to these people. And it's completely responsible for a lot of what's going on. Now, I don't quite know how this guy who killed all these Jews the other day fits in. I mean, he's mixing up this evangelical crap with anti-immigrant. I don't know. I mean, that's an insanity for another day. I'll think about it, and if I ever come close to figuring it out, I'll do a segment. But hey, we've entered a strange time where all of these really twisted and frankly horrible ideologies are mixing in these guys' heads, and so many people that we're ending up with these and they're mostly right-wing nut jobs, but these nut jobs doing something every week, you know, once or twice a month. I don't know, it just seems like, and I don't think it's just the media, because, you know, we've heard about these things going on for a long time. It might represent something about our culture. Maybe back 30 years ago, your average hillbilly was not well enough informed, was not getting all this information from all these different places, especially with the internet now. So they were basically, you know, if you lived in Tupelo or, you know, even the Fort Knox or any of these little areas, you just didn't, you know, you didn't have the influx of information that you have now, turning these people who normally would just be more concerned about making a living into radicals. I suppose the same thing happens if you talk about ISIS or Al-Qaeda or any of them, right? So, you know.